Thank you very much, Goldie. I'll tell you what, it is great to be back at the Taj. It's great to be in Atlantic City. The fans of New Jersey have embraced mixed martial arts as a sport, and why shouldn't they? We're bringing them the top talent, the top fighters in the world. A lot of the credit for that goes to the gentleman who joined me now, Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Dana, congratulations on your first show. That's got to feel good.
Thank you very much, James. I appreciate it. We're very excited. We got a sellout crowd here, 5,000 people, revved and ready to go.
They are certainly revved. They are certainly ready to go. We've got veterans on the card. We've got newcomers on the card. We've got 2 belts on the line. What else does the UFC have to look forward to?
Basically, what we want to do is we want to make the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts. We want to make it more fan-friendly. We want to get the crowd involved in it, and we want to bring back the best fighters in the world.
Combat sports do better. I want to see boxing pull bigger numbers. I'm not Bob Arum. I'm that crusty dick. You know what I mean? I'm not out there smashing everything that we do and saying negative stuff about boxing. Boxing's fucking great. It's an incredible sport. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for the sport of boxing. You know, I'm not going to play Bob Arum's little pussy game. Fuck him.
A lot of people were upset on Twitter. You were saying, I'm watching football, my website is hacked. People said my credit card info is on the site. You don't care what's going on. What do you say to those people?
Yeah, people said my website, it's what it was is you had all these people that are part of this whole internet thing that's going on that were doing that. You're not going to play games with me. I'm not going to play games with you people. You know, senators and lots of other people that are terrified of the internet.
What would we be scared of? We work on the internet. What would we be scared of?
You're scared of the
people?
Of the people. You're absolutely afraid.
So based on what?
Of the people. Don't play games. You know you are. You are, and all the other guys that were standing here today are terrified of the internet. I'm not. I'm not afraid of the internet. It's a place where cowards live. And does anybody here disagree with me that Mazzagatti is a fucking toolbox? I mean, he literally did nothing. Fitch is out cold. And I saw some people talking shit on the internet today. Like, oh, well, BJ Penn held the choke for 5 more seconds, and somebody else, I can't remember who it was, rear naked chokes. If you fucking choke me, hold a real naked choke for 5 more seconds. This fucking choke. Anybody who's ever done any jiu-jitsu, that thing does fucking damage. It hurts, and a guy's unconscious, and you're squeezing his neck. All this shit right here as hard as you can. You're a fucking idiot to think that a rear naked choke is the exact same as that front choke.
What do you think about that?
I think it's disgusting. I think he's disgusting, and I never want to see him reffing ever again. For that idiot to say that he gave her the opportunity to be a warrior, no, you moron. You're in there to protect her from herself. He makes me sick. And literally, when he goes limp, and he's out. Then he rolls him fucking over, lets his head fucking flop to the thing, and then stands up over him. He's literally like this, standing up over him before Mazzagatti even fucking gets in the picture. The Nevada State Athletic Commission is going to keep this fucking guy around until he seriously hurts somebody. That guy is dangerous. He's dangerous.
You will be in Nevada on July 6th, one of your biggest shows. He will probably be reffing.
They'll make him the main event now. Now, because I said this, the Nevada State Athletic Commission will give him the Silva fight.
Is that unfathomable? The fact that no one polices in our sport the police officers, right? It's it's almost you can even say it's corrupt at this point. That there's no penalty.
It's not corrupt. When you talk about the Nevada State Athletic Commission and the fact that they keep doing this, it's complete and total ego.
You think it's just because you keep complaining?
Yes,
they keep doing it.
Complaining, they will keep putting him front and center.
So on a show like that, it has nothing to do with you.
It's disgusting. At what point do you realize that this guy's an incompetent fool? And I have nothing personal against this guy. I don't even know him. Steve Mazzagatti is the worst referee in the history of fight. I mean, I can't stand this guy. He's so bad. It just makes me cringe every time he steps into the octagon. And he's going to hurt somebody. So I wonder what's going to happen when somebody gets seriously hurt in a Mazzagatti fight. What are they going to write it off to? Anything can happen. This is a combat sport, and anything can happen. This guy is dangerous.
As a promoter, can you say that? Because some fighters can say they don't want, Brock Lesnar famously did it. Can you say you don't want him working on your show?
I can't. Fighters can.
Can you ask your fighters to do it?
Yeah, I'm, you know, would I?
Yeah.
Would I do what?
Would you ask your fighters, hey, please?
That's not right of me. You know what I mean? If a fighter feels comfortable with Steve Mazzagatti, let me tell you what. If I was a fighter, and I showed up that night and it said Steve, I'd be like, oh fucking hell no. One of two things are going to happen tonight. I'm either going to get hurt, or this guy's going to do something stupid and screw up my fight. You know? But I would never tell a fighter to do that. It's up to the fighter whether, hey, maybe you're a fighter and you don't, you know. I couldn't believe that there were actually guys on the internet today debating on whether last night's stoppage was horrifying. They're considered the best in the world, you know. Mazzagatti still fucking works. That guy still has a job. That's crazy.
Is Herb Dean booked somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, Herb Dean should ref every fight there is, but the guy would get exhausted. He couldn't do it, and they'd never let that happen. Mazzagatti still works. In the rules, it says that the guys are supposed to be fighting. There's actually points that can be taken away for timidity. You know what I mean? But if you see two guys clinching, it makes me think that Yves Lavigne doesn't know what he's doing. Do you not know the fucking rules? Do you not know how this game is played?
Is it because he didn't make the move to get in close and look that he stayed away that you're disgusted?
If you ever watch Mazzagatti ref a fight, he fucking stands there like this. He's doing his fucking grocery list, thinking about did he TiVo the fucking his favorite show. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Or sometimes he'll go like this and start looking like this when they're not even fucking doing anything. When they're doing shit, he's not in there when he's supposed to be in there.
Unlike
the guy has no
tonight,
fucking idea what he's looking at. I said it a long time ago. The guy shouldn't even be watching MMA on television, let alone fucking reffing it. You know, everybody thinks, oh, he just fucking hates this guy. I don't even know the guy. He might be the nicest guy in the world. He might fucking, on weekends, might save small orphans from fucking disasters, for all I know. I don't know what the guy does. I don't know him at all. I know he should not be in a fucking cage reffing a fight.
And your passion for this is because you're worried that someone's going to get
He's
killed.
going to hurt somebody. He's either going to hurt somebody or he's going to continue to screw up guys' legacies. This is a fight. It's like we're talking about Roy Nelson tonight. Roy Nelson put his balls on the fucking table and rolled the dice tonight. He was on the last fight of his contract, right? That's what these guys do every time they step in the fucking octagon, whether they have a contract or not. You're as good as your last fight. I'm as good as my last fight, meaning the shows that I put on. You know what I mean? We all live in this world. This isn't baseball. It's not like, oh, shit, team, we lost tonight. That's all right. We have 300 more games this summer.
If I had some say in it, fucking Steve Mazzagatti would be up in the fucking North Pole somewhere reffing fights. And sometimes when I look at him, it looks like he's doing his fucking grocery list.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. If the Nevada State Athletic Commission gave a shit what we thought, Mazzagatti would have been gone a long time ago. And Nevada State Athletic Commission is supposed to be the best in the country. It used to be. It's not anymore. It's not anymore.
If you can prove that he's putting your fighters' lives at risk, then surely you ought to be able to force something.
But how do you do that in a court where the judge and everybody else wouldn't even know what they were looking at? Let me tell you what. That's the problem with Mazzagatti. If you've never been in that fucking choke that John Fitch was in, he had his arms around his neck, big deal. Yeah, let somebody who's trained, strong, and has that choke on you the right way do it to you. Have him just do it to you for a second and see how you feel. I'm not talking about choke you unconscious and then keep holding it until he wants to let go. And you see Fitch's arms go dead. You see him go limp. Mazzagatti standing in the corner. Pick up some bread, fucking milk, right? Then he flips him over and is still on top of him with the choke, flips his head back, then stands above him and goes like this. And then you see Mazzagatti going, is he sleeping? I guess this fight's over, right? I mean, you couldn't explain that to somebody unless they'd been choked before, to know the difference between the two chokes.
As a result of this and other decisions, is it fair for you to say that Keith Kaiser is doing your state, Nevada, a disservice as commissioner, that he's not doing his job?
Ariel, shut up. You answer that question. Would you say, Ariel, would you say that Keith Kaiser is doing the state of Nevada a disservice by keeping Mazzagatti in there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. Stupid fucking question.
No one wants to hear it from me. No one wants to hear it from me.
No?
Dana, I think you could prove that to a court, though, because I mean, actually, to be honest, I've never been in a guillotine show, but I can tell when a guy is out unconscious and the referee still hasn't stepped in. I mean, I think you could, exercise your right to file a lawsuit and see what happens.
You know what? We've talked about this so many times, and I got a lot of lawyers and a lot of smart guys and guys who came off the commission. Nobody has ever said, you know what we can do? So I don't know if we can do that.
Oh, he's hurt. Holy shit. Come on, ref. Ref, stop the fuck. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to shit on Arizona after they've been so good to us, but that's a rough one. Yeah, the guys. I heard.
He's a local ref. He does that a lot.
He's a local ref. I heard this guy's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Is that true?
Yeah, sure is.
He's a bad local ref. Like he's consistent.
He's what?
If you go to a local fight and he's reffing, you know something's gonna happen.
Oh, really? Oh, he's the Arizona Mazzagatti?
100%.
Okay. It makes sense then. Steve Mazzagatti's the worst referee.
Not that you have any choice in the referees, but I mean, really, honestly, what do you do about the problems that you've been having lately? Is that something you would need to sit down with the commissions? I mean, how do you really remedy the situation?
They don't want to sit down with me. I mean, we'll leave that up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo's the diplomat here. I will always be vocal. I will always say exactly what I think and how I feel about it. I would have to say that I am probably the most vocal promoter on the planet when it comes to officiating. And I'm not just talking about mixed martial arts, I'm talking about boxing too. If this doesn't get fixed, it just absolutely crushes the sport. It's so bad.
So how does it get fixed, Dan? Honestly, how does it get fixed? I know you say they don't listen to you, but it's your livelihood too, it's your business.
These athletic commissions are put in place to provide judges and referees to be fair, to know what they're doing, to be professional, and to score. It's like the kick to the body tonight. That was a kick to the body, and Rosenthal jumps in the middle because he thought it was a kick to the groin. Come on, man, you're standing right there. Open your eyes, pay attention. Pay attention. This is what you're getting paid to do. This is what you do. You choose to do this. If you don't want to do it 100%, don't do it. Go do something else. There's a difference between a kick the fight could have been ended right there, right? And that's a situation where he doesn't see it. He stops the action, gets half-assed in there, right? Instead of making a clear, decisive decision. And what if Riddle lost the fight after that? In a point where he could have won the fight because he had him hurt to the body with a beautiful kick, which those are hard to land. You don't see him land it all the time, where you actually really hurt a guy. And he jumps in the middle, Then Levine, I'm so pissed at Levine, man, just stands there like a dope and watches these guys clinch on the fence, not advancing their position, not doing damage, just standing there for 2 rounds, and then you let them do it for an entire 5 minutes in a 3-round fight, And again, I blame all three.
Yep.
Involved in that, the 2 fighters and the ref. But the ref's job is to protect the fighters, make the right calls, and make sure they fight.
So why don't you think then that they are held accountable or can't be if they have a bad night, then when we have bad nights, you're either reprimanded, you're suspended, you do whatever. Don't you think then commissions should do the same, or are you feeling that?
It's the fucking dumbest thing that I have ever heard. People think, oh, they're doing this because they only want the commission, and that number doesn't mean anything. Right. That number means fucking everything. We might be the only bosses in the history of the fucking world that pay guys more than what the deal is. And when we jump out of our fucking seats and start screaming, holy shit, we're writing that dude a check. And when Christmas comes around, they're gonna write you a fucking Christmas bonus out of the fucking arena that night. The managers cut the fucking deal.
Have you ever thought of releasing those discretionary bonuses?
No.
Because you know how a lot of media actually get their
They want that fucking money so bad. Let's say you get $1 million bonus. People come crawling out of the fucking woodwork, man. Every uncle, cousin, nephew, people you didn't know you were related to need money. Everybody comes after you. None of you in this room have ever done a story where a guy has come out and said, yeah, here's what happened. I fought a great fight and I came out and this was my bonus. You know why? Because they don't want you to fucking know.
there drives them fucking nuts. But man, it kills the media. They want to fucking know that number so bad.
Oh my God. He's fucking crazy.
He took so much fucking punishment in this fight. I'm freaking out a little bit, man. I don't like it. This reminds me of the fight where the fight's over and he walks them back and fucking dies.
Yeah.
And I think that fucking Herb Dean should have stopped it in the 4th round.
Yeah.
He was wobbling all over the
When he had him up against that cage in the group, that's when he had it.
He should have stopped the fight right there. When this fight's over, no stopping, no talking.
Yep.
Get this kid in an ambulance and get him the fuck out of here. Hey guys, I want him out of here. Don't talk to anybody and go right to the fucking hospital, man. All right? All right? I'm just a little worried about these two. That was a fucking war, yeah. Should have been stopped in the 4th round.
Fourth round.
Yep, I agree.
Nothing pisses me off more than guys not making weight. If this is what you really want to do, but bro, you blew it. You blew it. You're out of here. Makes me sick. You guys stay focused. Remember why the you came here. Show everybody, these millions of people watching, why they want to watch the 155-pound division. As a team, you guys should have been on his fat ass 2 weeks ago. I don't give a
No. Yep.
What they say?
Gave me my walking papers.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Thank fucking God I beat them last night. Thank God.
How many casinos is that?
That's it's 3. Same casino.
So now
it's
what
actually
happens?
4 if you count the same casino
Is that
twice.
it? You're just gonna go out on top?
Yeah, I mean I'm up.
Who was it that called you?
The casino executive, the head of the casino.
And she said, hey,
You're done. Yeah. We love you. You're the greatest guy ever. We want you to hang out here all the time. We just don't want you to play.
Why? Because they thought that Kimbo Slice was going to viciously knock him out. But Kimbo Slice sucks. Like I've said now for the last few months, this fucking guy can't fight, and he got knocked out in 13 seconds by a guy who didn't win the Ultimate Fighter and who didn't win fights in the UFC. They brought him up from the undercard to fight the main event guy and knocked him out in 13 seconds.
Hey, come on. Move it.
I like to see.
I like it better.
And just one last thing, Greg Jackson was just on Mauro Ranallo's radio show, and he's saying that he's very confused by your comments. Do you have any follow-up?
I'm very confused by his whole fucking business plan. I don't give a shit what Greg Jackson thinks. Guy's a fucking weirdo, man. Are you kidding me? Turning down a fight, saying if he turns down a fight with Chael Sonnen, it'd be the biggest mistake. I mean, if he takes a fight with Chael Sonnen, it'd be the biggest mistake of his entire career because he's not ready for that guy. Greg Jackson should never be interviewed by anybody ever again except for a psychiatrist.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
They're like, where's that fucking idiot? He has a press conference right now. He's like, man, stop stressing me the fuck out, idiot. You were late, not me.
I will pull this car over right
Pull this car over and beat the shit out of your big-headed friend over here. Look at that guy just waved you through. Hurry, hurry! Yeah. This fucking moron's late for his own press conference. Look at Lorenzo. I'm gonna fucking kick him in his balls when he gets out of this car.
All right, let's get the show started. The reigning, defending, 155-pound champion of the UFC, the notorious Conor McGregor. From Dublin, Ireland, the reigning, defending, 155-pound champion of the UFC, the notorious Conor McGregor! Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending, 155-pound champion of the UFC, the notorious Conor McGregor! Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending, UFC lightweight champion of the world, the notorious Conor McGregor!
These guys are made the biggest fuck up in the history of all sports. I told him, and he knows I fucking told him. They thought they were too cool, too slick, and too fucking funny.
Absolutely.
He is a fucking freak of nature. That's because the people at Pride are fucking retarded. That's about as smart as having fucking Sakuraba go out and fight every monster on the fucking planet, your biggest Japanese star, and get him annihilated by every fucking heavyweight and light heavyweight in the world. Fucking geniuses. That it's like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Fucking motherfucker. Like a fucking this shit's all fucking asshole. Fucking. But longtime MMA guys know Chris Lytle's a tough motherfucker.
Before I came out to talk to you guys, what's up, boy? You look good. Look at that. And I come out and hear the stupid shit that he said to you guys right before I walk out there, you know? The guy says the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, and you know, he's very delusional. That being said, I think he's an incredibly tough guy. With his physique and everything, I'm blown away how he can compete at this level, you know, and how talented he is and what a great chin he has. But every time he gets above number 5, he looks like he doesn't belong in the top 10. You know what I mean? You get him above number 5, he doesn't look like he belongs in the top 10. You get him in there with some guys that aren't, and he looks like a world beater. And everybody starts yelling, he should get a title shot. And then you see him fight guys that are athletic and talented and guys that are, you know, and he looks like he doesn't belong in the top 10.
He said he thought Cormier wasn't engaging enough. Did you see the fight that way?
Stuff like that. So what he said was, he said Cormier wasn't engaging enough. He out-wrestled him, and he punched the living shit out of him. How much more does he want to be engaged? Huh?
Did you have to pay a curfew fine tonight from the Garden?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And then
Is that what they normally do if you go too late?
Well, usually with concerts, I don't know how it works with sports, but concerts, it's 11, and it's 10,000 a minute.
Holy shit, I hope we don't have to pay that.
Did you have a chance to talk to Cyborg?
I did not.
Will you unblock her on Instagram? She's bothered by this.
She's bothered by what?
That you blocked her on Instagram. She brought this up today.
What the fuck?
She said that.
Where's my phone? Give me my phone. Why would I block her on Instagram? That's craziness. She's following the wrong Dana White. I'm going to look at this right now.
Okay.
Chris Cyborg MMA?
No. But if you blocked her, you may not see her come up.
Why the fuck would I block Chris Cyborg? Listen, we've done some stupid things over the last couple of years with the website and all kinds of other stuff. But why would I go out and just block her? Because I don't want her seeing the stuff that I'm posting.
While you're at it, could you unblock me too?
No, I'm blocking you.
All right.
You're staying blocked. But
one more, Dana. You owed me some WC DVDs, Dark and all the Dark Age DVDs. You never gave them to me. I had to buy them myself.
I personally told you that I would burn you old DVDs.
You personally told me. You had your camera guy that walks around you that eats all the donuts. Write it down, and I never got him. All right? I bought them myself, so I want some Pride shirts and everything now.
They could have fought me January 23rd, and I would have done the same thing to you.
Hey, man, you fucking said no, man. I'm going to be real. You got this shit handed to you. You got Dana White privilege.
Tony. Thanks, Dana.
Anna Jędrzejczyk is my favorite fighter.
She's so awesome.
Any chance tomorrow when she knocks out Valley, I can wrap the belt around her?
I can wrap the belt around her. Yeah, I'll do it. Done.
I know that Ben Yuan's on the first fight, so I was wondering if I could be the ring girl for his fight. Please.
For whose fight?
Ben Yuan.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, what the hell?
Chance I can get backstage tomorrow, please?
Backstage?
Yeah.
What do you mean backstage? Just like...
Yeah, like
come
VIP.
hang out?
Yeah, come hang out with you guys, you know?
Sure. Why not?
Thank you.
All right. Done.
I think the people that are surrounding him right now are fucking morons. Whoever the asshole is that showed up at that television show with him and let him make that appearance is a fucking idiot, and I'd like to beat him with a stick.
Frankie Edgar was fucking awesome. It was fucking free. And then he's going to film the fucking 18.
What the fuck? I'm the fucking boss. He's not a guy I'm spending any fucking quality time with.
Azagati will fuck up any fight.
Bro, you're not even
famous yet.
He didn't get any special privileges. He didn't get anything. And if he did, I'd fucking tell you.
As a team, you guys should have been on his fat ass 2 weeks ago. That is pathetic.
Ariel Helwani, UFC 150 in Denver, here with UFC President Dana White.
Was this perhaps one of the highlights of your career?
No, this is literally the best night of my career ever.
Is this your lowest moment as president of UFC?
No doubt about it. Absolutely, 100%. Bob Arum, the guy who was saying, oh, the Fertittas are idiots. They're losing, I quote, oodles of money in this thing. Now he's crying antitrust and he's copying everything we do. You weren't smart enough to do it, Bob. That's your fault.
Yeah, I'll answer the questions of what a disgrace the main event was and what an embarrassment it is. I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed in the 10 years of being in this business. And it's the first time that I've ever walked out on a main event and given the belt to the guy's manager and told him to put it on him. I'd rather have somebody say, you know, let's not buy the Anderson Silva fight tonight because he knocks people out in 2 minutes, other than he runs around like a jackass for 5 rounds.
Also this week, Colby Covington made some headlines. He said when he beats Kamaru Usman, he says no way he's letting you wrap the belt around him. If you do, he's going to smack you in the head with it. What's your comments on that?
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. He's a big mouth fucking idiot.
You've made comments yourself before that Tyron isn't necessarily received in the way he maybe should do it.
Every time Tyron Woodley opens his mouth, he shoots himself in the foot. He's a very unlikable guy. When you're from England and you're in the United States and in Texas, okay, and they're booing the American guy and cheering the English guy, I think that sums it up.
The fight I'm curious about that I almost forgot was happening was Oscar De La Hoya fighting Vitor Belfort in September. How do you think that's going to go?
Come on. I'm praying Vitor knocks this crackhead out and viciously knocks him out. Hopefully all the coke sniffing and tequila drinking and whatever other shit that guy's been up to is caught up with him, and Vitor lays one right on that big mouth of his and knocks him unconscious.
The cokehead, Oscar De La Weirdo, is talking shit that I don't have any place to tell guys when to retire. I don't tell fans when. First of all, it's called friendship. Friendship, you fucking cokehead. And Oscar fucking De La Hoya says, oh, come over to Golden Boy where we respect the fighters, and it makes me sick what these fighters were paid and all this shit. Out of 14 fights on the card, 5 bouts were amateur fights, which means he didn't pay him jack shit.
I said, when I saw her at the MMA Awards, she looked like Vanderlei Silva in a dress and heels. And she did. Didn't she not? Who wants to dispute that she didn't look like Vanderlei? She got up and she was like, walking up the stairs, jacked up on steroids, beyond belief, and looked like Vanderlei Silva in a dress and heels.
You believe she's still on steroids?
I don't know. That I don't know.
I ask that all the time, is it too much about me? I'm the friggin' promoter of the fight. What do you guys want me to crawl under a rock and hide when we have a fight? I'm the one guy that's always linked to every fight because I'm the guy out there telling you why you want to watch this fight. I sell the fights. That's what I do for a living.
If you weren't on this wild ride, if somehow the UFC disappeared tomorrow, what would we see Dana White doing?
I'd be parking your car out here at the valet here at the Wynn.
I was curious, around section 119, 120, there were 9 sections that were completely empty up top. Do you know, was there a specific reason for that?
Was there a reason why the section was empty?
It just, because opposite way, they were all full, so I was just curious if those were blocked off for some reason. There were just 9 sections in a row that were empty up top.
I guess because people weren't in the seats.
Okay.
Whenever you build something great, it's always surrounded by negativity. When you're in a business like us, the level of scumbags that are in the media, it's unexplainable. I mean, it's going on right now. You have these scumbags out there that know nothing about the business, telling all the fighters, "Oh, you're all being underpaid. You're not being paid enough money. You're not this." It goes on every fucking day, and every media member that talks about fighter pay is a scumbag who is basically just out there trying to get attention, because they literally know nothing about the business or the pay or how any of this shit works. So it's all part of the game. It's just, that's who they are and that's what they do. And I literally could give a fuck.
Earlier tonight on Twitter, I know you've done a couple of interviews about this already, but Steven Espinoza alleged that you guys have a clause in the contract that means you can take away the fighters' money if they say disparaging things about the company. I just wanted you to hear your reaction to that.
Say that again to me.
Steven Espinoza tweeted that you guys have a clause in your contract that could take the fighters' purse away if they say something negative about the company. I just wanted to give you a chance to respond to that.
That's not true. First of all, there's something in the contract for disparagement.
Right.
There's a disparagement clause in there that's in all of our contracts. Isn't that creepy looking little fucker a lawyer? Isn't that creepy little fucking goofball a lawyer? Does he not know what disparagement means? If you disparage the company. I'm not even a fucking lawyer and I know the answer to that question. Yeah, it's disparagement. It'd be like if you came out and said, they never tested me. The UFC never tested me for the coronavirus. But if you came out and had something critical to say about the testing that was true, that wouldn't be disparagement.
Tonight it was announced that Amanda Nunes...
Fucking law school did he go to? I can't stand that fucking creep. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, go ahead.
Is that based on the Mayweather-McGregor stuff?
Is the what?
Do you dislike him because of Mayweather-McGregor and the interactions you had?
He's just a fucking... Look at him. The creepy little dude.
Is Felicia Spencer?
What the fuck does he know about our contracts? Oh, you just hit me out of left field with this thing. What does that guy know about our contracts? And if you do, I thought that guy was a lawyer. Wasn't he De La Hoya's lawyer? I don't know either. Whatever. But anyway, yeah. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Thank you.
And let me say this too. Anderson Silva. We honestly need to start talking again about this guy as the GOAT. Okay? Not Tito, because he knocked Tito out in 40 fucking seconds, but you know what? He did to Tito exactly what should be done to Tito. Knocking Tito out in 40 seconds is what should have happened in that fight. Anderson Silva beat Chavez Jr. At 40 what? 44, 45 now? What is it?
46.
46? 40 fucking 6 years old. He now left this sport, which he was, considered one of the greatest of all time, possibly even the greatest of all time. Goes out, beats Chavez Jr. in a boxing match, and knocks Tito out in 40 seconds. When Tito fought here, Tito had a good chin. Tito took big shots from a lot of guys who hit hard. Anderson Silva knocked him out in 40 seconds. Anderson Silva might actually be the GOAT of combat sports. I mean, to still compete, it'll be interesting to see what he does next. I fucking guarantee you this. You ain't going to see Jake Paul calling Anderson Silva out. That I fucking promise you. He's his size, and he's actually good. He's old, which is what Jake Paul likes, to fight old guys. But he likes to fight old guys that are too small, and and that are absolutely positively washed up.
Dana, I'm gonna be the new breed of the UFC.
I love it. I love it. What's your proposition?
Dana, I'm 5-time national kickboxing champion. I'm Irish and British champion at Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm a world medalist at kickboxing. So I'm guaranteed that you're gonna be strapping that gold belt around my waist.
I love it. You're the best, kid. Okay, keep going. Good luck. We'll see you soon.
I'm fucking 46 years old. I've never been this fucking scared in my life.
Are you ready? They told me to look down at the neck, and I said go.
Okay, go.
All right, let's go, he said.
Yeah, Dana! Yeah, Dana! Yeah, Dana! Awesome!
Oh my God.
When he throws me off, I literally skid across the dirt, and his feet come right down next to stomping me.
I was nervous for him.
Seemed to be on his side even though he lost.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I don't disagree. Yeah, people like Tito. I would agree with that.
I have a question for Dana and Tito too. Dana, do you plan on making Tito an offer to re-sign with UFC? And Tito, if Dana offered you more money than the competitors offered, would you sign with UFC?
Let me just. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Dana Tito questions. Let me just get it out there. The stuff between Tito and I is very real. You know, this is no bullshit. We're not trying to put on a WWE show. It's very real.
That's why there's cops on each side, as you can see, set on cable stations.
And it's going to take Tito and I probably sitting down in a room and talking, and we haven't done that in a long time, and we'll see what happens.
And I know how much you love these questions, but it's a commission question. Last weekend, Triller had an event, and they advertised those fights as professional fights. And then the day after it comes out, Dan Rafael reports that actually they were exhibition fights. Do you think a commission has a responsibility to the public to say, actually, these guys are advertising something that you're not paying for to get?
Guys, let me put it to you this way. That's fucking illegal. Anybody who's fucking dumb enough to willing to pay and watch these fucking fights. Anderson Silva boxed Tito Ortiz. Boxed Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz has no business fucking boxing anybody. Okay? And Tito's 40 fucking something years old. Evander Holyfield's almost 60 years old and he's fucking fighting. It's just I just think, you know what I think of this shit. It's silly. All of it's silly. There's always going to be a certain amount of people that are dumb enough to buy these fights and pay for them.
Yeah, old buddy Yoel Romero just suffered another loss on Saturday. Curious, if you saw the fight and what you thought of Yoel's performance.
Oh, yeah. That's what I needed now, the air conditioning. That's the fucking cherry on the sundae right there. I literally heard nothing you said, sir. What was that?
Hey, Dan, I just wanted to follow up on that Nick Diaz situation. Do we know the reason why he wants to fight at 185?
Do you think that what?
John Jones, it's the 8th anniversary of his fight with Alexander Gustafsson today. That fight's going into the Hall of Fame later this week. Any plans on meeting with John to talk about his career this week?
I'm sorry, which fight?
Speaking very highly of Michael Morales tonight, and would you say he's one of the most impressive guys you've ever seen on the Contender Series?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. I don't hear well, and it's super echoey in here today, so it's a mess.
Lastly, if Moreno stays with the belt and you maybe even get a Brian Ortega, how soon do you guys go to Mexico or something like this with Mexican-American champions?
We saw a lot of guys who won contracts last week already booked in new fights. Are you finding that guys are coming onto this show and realizing that the best way for them to make an impact is to take another fight as soon as they can?
No. What's the question? Good? Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Fruit Loop. Here's my one problem, and here's why I'm talking to you right now. He wants me to kick him off the show. Same Survivor and vote him off. Beat him off. That didn't sound good, did it?
Finally, last one. I'm a good friend of yours, Oscar De La Hoya, has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again. I just wondered if you had any...
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Got to make money.
Thanks, Dana.
Yep.
But when you say you can't put a number on, can we say 2 billion?
No. I just said you can't put a number on it. You can't put... It might be more than 2 billion. Who knows what the number is? It's massive.
Thank you.
That was weird.
Then what the fuck?
This guy is a fucking assbag. Like, I give a fuck what Jake Rawson thinks. What the fuck has this guy ever done to move the sport of MMA forward? They got some dude with a big fucking afro wrestling.
All he's got to do is pick up the phone and call Hunter, and we can get the deal done.
Hunter, can you let me know if John Jones gives you a call? Okay, cool. Last thing, Dana. Now that Stipe's run is, over for now, can you just reflect on what?
That was fucking weird, huh? Holy shit. What the hell was that all about?
Send him to Oscar.
What did he say to me?
Send him to
He's ready to fight for me? He doesn't look like he's in fighting shape. Poor guy.
That was weird. Do you want to fight? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you have a drinking problem?
Yeah.
You do? The is up with you? You're a drunken retard too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know what I think of Tito personally, but and Tito can't box. Tito's a horrible boxer. That's why I said I would box him. You ever see me saying I'll fight any other fucking guy in the UFC? No, and I never will and never would. 10 years ago I wouldn't, but I would Tito all day long.
Absolutely.
He is a fucking freak of nature. That's because the people at Pride are fucking retarded. That's about as smart as having fucking Sakuraba go out and fight every monster on the fucking planet, your biggest Japanese star, and get him annihilated by every fucking heavyweight and light heavyweight in the world. Fucking geniuses. That it's like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Fucking motherfucker. Like a fucking this shit's hard. Fucking asshole. Fucking. But longtime MMA guys know Chris Lytle's a tough motherfucker.
Any chance of bringing back Pride Rules for a Japanese card?
Who did you say?
Pride Rules.
Paid rules. Pride rules.
Pride. Pride Rules.
You're killing me over there, Braveheart. No.
And Miles Johns, they all won $50,000, so congratulations to them. John Morgan.
What's going on? Oh, I might be surprised that Cyril Gahn didn't get a performance bonus. I think he's got bigger paychecks coming on the way anyway. But
he did have a great performance. That's true. Well, how come we didn't talk about that in there? This was Sean. That's right. Yeah. Cyril. Fuck it, he gets $50,000 too. There you go. Good job, John Morgan. Get all the credit for that one.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's true. Cyril Gahn should absolutely get the performance.
Roy Nelson gave me this T-shirt today. What do you think of it?
Roy Nelson gave it to you?
Hold it up for us, Dan.
Yeah, hold this one up.
This actually cost him money to print. Wow.
Said that on Thursday.
There you go. For those of you that can't see it, this is actually a fact. This is a fact. He is the smartest guy on earth. This is true.
The fact that he went out and made that actually kind of proves he has some kind of business.
That he's smart? Is that what it means? So yeah, that proves he's smart. He's a fucking genius.
That's actually because he gave it to me.
Huh?
As a present. It's not for you. Do you want to keep it?
Sure, I'll keep it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you want it?
Well, I thought it was fun, but I think you should have
Go
it.
ahead, hang it up on your set for your show, with all your little action figures and stuff.
You watch.
No, I saw a caption of it once. Any other questions?
Yes.
When you have a somewhat professional fighter threatening to assault a 50-something-year-old man who is not a fighter, do you have paperwork for that? Or are there attorneys that need to have conversations now? Or how do you respond to that?
Let me tell you what. Get in line. There's plenty of people that would like to assault me. Get in line. It's a long fucking line, buddy. You're going to be waiting for a while. No, it doesn't bother me. This is the business we're in. I say it all the time.
about the fighters too. We are not in the nice guy business. It's a very mean business. I say many mean things about people too, and it's just part of this game. It's all good.
In the New York Times today, that was very critical of the execution of...
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Bobby was very upset about the decision, and so I went in to talk to him about it.
I'm mad. I'm acting like I'm angry.
Yeah.
That's all I'm acting like. A psycho is how Lee acts.
Somebody who says like, no, Dana, I don't need a pep talk.
I don't need one. I don't need a pep talk. And you don't really have
I'm
any
not
right
here to give you a
Then why are you yelling at me? You don't have any right to yell at me, Dana.
You know, Bobby, then I don't want to talk. Disrespect me. Have I ever disrespected you?
I didn't disrespect you.
Yeah, you did.
I talked to you with respect the whole time.
Pep talk. That's not disrespectful?
It isn't disrespectful. Disrespectful would be telling you, get the out of here, Dana.
Have I ever disrespected you?
Don't you agree with me?
No, I disagree with you.
You haven't disrespected me until now.
So why the are you going to talk to me like that? I don't give a if you're mad or not. You're not going to disrespect me. I've never disrespected
I'm sorry.
you.
I saw a picture of it, and it was nasty after the fight. I can't imagine what this thing's going to look like tomorrow. But apparently when he got kicked, that muscle, the hamstring, detached from the bone. Yeah. Wow. And he kept fighting. Knew that guy was hurt, and he just kept fighting. He is tough as nails. He feels that he doesn't owe the fans an apology. Yet I'm apologizing. I didn't go in and fight like a jackass for 5 rounds. I didn't do what he did tonight. And guess what? Fans want to see the guys that want to step up and go for it. You know, these guys that are like, we're friends. People don't want to hear that shit. Good for you, you're friends. I want to know who's better. Can't say it enough. This guy, when I say this guy, I'm talking about President Trump, is such a good friend and such a loyal, amazing guy, man. He's a great guy. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, and you know.
You're not worried about losing any viewers over your friendship with the president.
I could give a shit.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Obviously, liberals probably watch.
If you don't like me,
right,
because I'm friends with this guy, that's your problem. So I also felt like the fight of the night, you know, should have gone to Ricky and Brady. So I'm going to kick them some money too. It was a great fight, split decision, and give them a check too. This is going to be $50,000, but it'll be good. They won't be disappointed. Anybody here think that Johnny Hendricks didn't want to fight? Nelson thinks George won? Yeah. What did you think it was? 1, 3, and 5. Did you see George get smashed and hurt in the first round? It's about damage. This is a fight. It's whoever inflicts the most damage. You get hurt, you get wobbled, you get dropped. There. I think the Nevada State Athletic Commission is atrocious. I think the governor needs to step in immediately before these guys destroy the sport like they did boxing. The alternatives are that the governor needs to step in and fix the incompetence that is happening in the state of Nevada that used to be the best commission in the world. It's absolute 100% incompetence. And it needs to stop. It needs that. I'm fucking scared to come back here and do fights. I'm afraid of the state.
Bro, you're not even famous yet. What the are you going to be like when you start making money and everybody wants your autograph and all the girls want to hang out with you? What's going to happen to you? You're going to be a lunatic. The bottom line is, you're out, bro. There's no point in having you here. You're obviously too heavy. You haven't been doing the right things to come in and fight at that weight.
Mike Goldberg's final UFC is this Friday. Is that true? Or?
That is true.
So what's the deal? Like, did he decide to leave, or are you like who's big?
You know, when these kind of things happen, I'd rather not talk about it. You know what I mean? If Mike wants to talk about it, ask Mike.
Do you know who's going to replace him?
I do. Well, listen. You know, we have, we have guys right now from Anik to, several fighters who are involved in the. But I've had a plan for a couple of years now that I've been waiting for it to play out, and it's now playing out. So,
when will you make some announcements?
When it all comes together. I think you're a fucking idiot. Who they choose to spend their life with, it's none of your fucking business. What you better be worried about is this dude's gonna come kick your fucking ass. Because he's not coming in the house to fuck you, okay? He's coming in the house to kick your fucking ass. It doesn't fucking make a difference to me one way or the other. I said fuck you to everybody. And if you give a shit about that, you're some fucking closed-minded moron.
You, anybody out there who thinks it's an issue, you're a closed-minded fucking moron. You probably live in some podunk, nowhere fucking goofball town.
He gets sucker punched. Bullshit, man. You're gone. You're gone. And Lobster, you're gone.
But when you say you can't put a number on, can we say 2 billion?
No, I just said you can't put a number on it. You can't put. It might be more than 2 billion. Who knows what the number is? It's massive.
Thank you.
That was weird.
We went out and we made them a crazy offer to come into the UFC and prove that he was the best in the world. And they turned it down. Nobody in their right mind would have turned that deal down.
Liddell will take the tournament.
Really excited. We trained hard for this. I keep saying we. I've invested a lot emotionally, physically, financially, and everything into this thing, as has Lorenzo. And we're really excited. Chuck is our go-to guy. He's always there. He's always solid. When I was doing the commentary, people were asking me, he looks hurt, If there's anybody that's going to be in the position that was in tonight, I feel comfortable with Chuck. Chuck is a real fighter. He's one of the best in the world, man. He might even be the best in the world. And I'm just really excited. Chuck came into the ring and gave me this and goes, I'll give you the other half in November. I'm putting that belt on my desk. We're taking it. I'm coming for it.
Let's not forget that Ken Shamrock tried to sue us. That he said that his contract, Ken Shamrock owes me $175,000. And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit. You should have fucking stayed wherever you were, hidden under the fucking porch somewhere.
I heard you and Jeff Nowitzki say, and Andy Foster said it as well, that you are 100% sure that this isn't as a result of a new ingestion. This is the same metabolite that was in his system back in July of 2017. The question I don't seem to find the answer to is, how do you know that?
Because that's what the experts are saying. The experts are telling us that's what they do. How else would I know? The experts are telling us.
And I don't expect you to know, but who are the experts?
Ask Nowitzki. Call Nowitzki and set up an appointment to have an interview with him. He'll tell you.
Ariel, I can help you with that.
You probably can't, actually. You let Nowitzki answer that question for you.
I would love
Nowitzki's the expert on that. John Jones is calling it a pictogram, for Christ's sakes. Okay?
Unfortunately, he's not
I don't
here.
think he can answer that question. So talk to Nowitzki.
Okay. He's also said that there's 12 to 14 other cases of this happening.
Yeah, you got to talk to Nowitzki. If you want to talk drugs, talk to Nowitzki.
Finally, last one. I'm a good friend of yours, Oscar De La Hoya, has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again. I just wondered if you had any.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Got to make money.
Thanks, Dana.
Yep. Does anybody here disagree with me that Mazzagatti is a fucking toolbox?
What has the commission said when you've approached them with this?
The guy has no fucking idea what he's looking at. I said it a long time ago. The guy shouldn't even be watching MMA on television, let alone fucking reffing it. Everybody thinks, he just fucking hates this guy. I don't even know the guy. He might be the nicest guy in the world. He might fucking, on weekends, might save small orphans from fucking disasters, for all I know. I don't know what the guy does. I don't know him at all. I know he should not be in a fucking cage reffing a fight.
He said that he was allowing Priscilla to be a warrior. What do you think about that statement?
I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. I think he's disgusting, and I never want to see him reffing ever again.
Dana, what about the fact that people could argue that she could have tapped if the punishment got too much?
She didn't. She didn't tap, and that's the thing. The reality is, when you're a fighter and you're in there, and it's one of the reasons that this sport is as big as it is, because most of you guys don't tap. Most of you guys stay in there, and she did fight like a warrior. For that idiot to say that he gave her the opportunity to be a warrior, no, you moron. You're in there to protect her from herself. He makes me sick. That guy has no business reffing fights, and I promise you, you're not going to see him again. Listen, if you've ever watched a sport, you knew what you were getting into with me. It's not like I all of a sudden lost my mind and started, saying stupid shit. I've been doing it for 11 years, so they knew what they were getting into.
You guys have been using Ronda Rousey for a lot of the media.
She's a rock star, man. She's been fantastic. She's been killing it for us. And, I just hope that we can get some really good fights for her.
Is that something that you want in the UFC versus Strikeforce? If you can have her in the UFC,
I love her. I do.
Do you know when her next fight will be?
I don't.
Even
No, I mean, our people decide, you know, when and where people fight, but it's about finding opponents. You know, we got to get an opponent.
she has it.
She does.
Sarah Kaufman.
There you go. You guys know I'm not doing anything with Strikeforce anymore, so there you go. You guys know more than I do.
Even if you don't have a women's division in the UFC, though, couldn't you see that as a good thing to do, having like a women's feature fight in a card, especially someone as marketable as Rousey?
I think when you have two really good female athletes that are, you know, at the same level, yeah, it's.
So you don't want to see her like mop the floor with somebody. You want to have like a couple.
Would you guys disagree that Miesha Tate's probably the best girl in that division that out there that she's fought? No? What do you think?
Oh, the best girl in the division?
Yeah, that Ronda Rousey has fought. I mean,
hey, right now, yeah.
I mean, she went in there and armbarred her twice in the first 2 minutes of the fight. I mean, I unfortunately, I think she's going to be the Lucia Riker of MMA. Those of you that don't know who Lucia Riker was, she was
Go watch Shadow Boxers.
She's the female boxer who was really the best in the world. You heard of Christy Martin and Layla Ali and all these other people. They wouldn't fight her. Nobody wanted to fight Lucia Riker.
She was much more.
Yeah, and she was sparring with guys. Yeah, but not what it should have been. I mean, she was probably the best female boxer ever, and nobody knows who the hell she is. Nobody knows her name.
And just one last thing, Greg Jackson was just on Mauro Ranallo's radio show, and he's saying that he's very confused by your comments. Do you have any follow-up?
I'm very confused by his whole fucking business plan. I don't give a shit what Greg Jackson thinks. Guy's a fucking weirdo, man. Are you kidding me? Turning down a fight, saying if he turns down a fight with Chael Sonnen, it'd be the biggest mistake. I mean, if he takes a fight with Chael Sonnen, it'd be the biggest mistake of his entire career because he's not ready for that guy. Greg Jackson should never be interviewed by anybody ever again except for a psychiatrist.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Had some pretty movie-like nights at the casinos, man. I've had some pretty big. That one over there, this is when the Palms was owned by the Maloofs. They had asked me, I beat them for $1.6 million.
Casually.
And then as soon as the Palms sold, the people who came in asked me to stop playing there. I beat them, changed ownership, they brought me back. The new ownership said, we want you to come back. I beat them for $1.6 million again. And instead of just asking me to leave the way that they did, they gave me this.
It says it up there, $1.6 million prize money.
Yep. Undisputed blackjack champion, 24-0.
Crazy.
And this is a cool way to say, get the fuck out of our casino and don't come back, please. Before I came out to talk to you guys, what's up, boy? You look good. Look at that. And I come out and hear the stupid shit that he said to you guys right before I walk out there, you know? The guy says the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, and you know, he's very delusional. That being said, I think he's an incredibly tough guy. With his physique and everything, I'm blown away how he can compete at this level, you know, and how talented he is and what a great chin he has. But every time he gets above number 5, he looks like he doesn't belong in the top 10. You know what I mean? You get him above number 5, he doesn't look like he belongs in the top 10. You get him in there with some guys that aren't, and he looks like a world beater. And everybody starts yelling, he should get a title shot. And then you see him fight guys that are athletic and talented and guys that are, you know, and he looks like he doesn't belong in the top 10.
He said he thought Cormier wasn't engaging enough. Did you see the fight that way?
Stuff like that. So what he said was, he said Cormier wasn't engaging enough. He out-wrestled him, and he punched the living shit out of him. How much more does he want to be engaged? Huh?
Yeah, I did, but it's
well, you have an opportunity now to get back on another team. You can go home and
do push-ups and cartwheels and off and whatever the you want to do, you're wasting his time and my time and your own time. We're here for 16 more days. Get to work.
See how that whole thing played out, but I heard Bob Arum, fucking little bitch, crying about it. Fuck him. I had to throw that in there. I fucking hate that guy. Go, imagine me saying, oh, I gotta pay Conor McGregor fucking this much money. I could have built a house in Beverly Hills. Shut the fuck up, you fucking scumbag. Pay your fucking fighter what you owe him. That's your job. Bob Arum is a piece of fucking shit.